This episode's sponsored by LadyFootlocker.com. You have a lot going on. Work, school, friends, kids, cocktail parties. Go prepared and look good while you're doing it. Head to everydaytriggers.tv/lady to save 10% off orders $50 or more at LadyFootlocker.com. Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Schomer, and today this week we're going to do something, I think, completely different than what we normally do. This should actually be a flip cam video, but my flip cam died because I didn't have any battery life, and I needed to get this recorded now, so I'm upstairs, got lights. I'm solo this week because my son ended up back in the hospital on Wednesday due to pancreatitis that he got probably from his chemo. For those that haven't been following, my son was diagnosed with leukemia on St. Patrick's Day, ironically. So he's been going through all those stages, and sometimes emergencies come up, so I'm pretty much winging it. I think I might have made more work for myself. Today, not so much. I'm going to taste 3 different coconut rums that we've made with 3 different spirits, well, 3 different rums, brands, just because people wanted some closure, some idea of what some of the differences might be if there are any. Then this week I'd like to do something on freezing spirits, putting spirits in the freezer, and is it good, is it bad, doesn't matter. Citrus rum, I wanted to make a citrus rum because I have some clementine oranges that are kind of getting to the point where they need to be eaten and we have too many. Kids aren't eating them fast enough since my son's not here, that doesn't help. I also want to do a sweet tea vodka. I want to try and create one, completely winging it. It won't take weeks to do, so hopefully I can do a before and after shot on the flip cam because some people have a hard time finding like Firefly sweet tea rum, and I want to see if there's any alternative. I have no idea what I'm doing. And another thing I don't know what I'm doing, citrus rum, never done that before. Melon liqueur, I want to see if I can create a Midori melon alternative. Something like this. But I know people say that's either really expensive or they can't get it in certain countries. So I'm seeing what I can do with the vodka and some melon. See what happens. Hopefully you can get melon. So today, what I wanted to do is just finish this up. We've got our 3 brands here that I've created. I threw a little ice in here to chill them up a little bit. Some are whiter than others. Maybe the filtration, maybe because of the fact that this is newer. It was one of them was created a little differently. I think the Don Q, this guy here, just kind of more of a mild white, was created. This is Don Q, by the way, but this is the gold. I can't find my silver anywhere. I might have used it all. I know I used some in here. So we've got our Don Q. This was actually stolen from a bottle that I had made previously for some folks. If you've watched our outside shows, you've seen, or our offset show, week of shows, you've seen their house, and I created that for them. I skimmed a little off the top before I gave it to them. This is our Bacardi. This one is actually in here, in the Bacardi bottle. This is our Cruisin', which is I've used on the show before. This is what Cruisin' looks like for those that haven't seen it. And that's it. This is just the Bacardi bottle reused. This is our own, obviously it's pretty white, our own coconut rum. So I wanted to see what the differences are. This one's older than the rest, so it might be a little better. Has some nice coconut to it. Little coconuts in there too. You can see like some of the non-filteredness. There still retains some rum, straight up. There's a little bit of rum, but a nice front and back sweetness. So sweeter coconut, but flavorful coconut nonetheless, like real coconut, of course, was used. It was real coconut. This one is still kind of weird because it's so white and less filtered. It's almost like milky. And what was the difference between this? No, this one was made with natural coconuts. This is made with coconuts bought at a Asian food market, frozen, so we thawed them out. But it just saved us the work of actually cracking open coconuts. This smells sweeter, but still coconutty. Almost like a creamed coconut. I don't know, it's still got that same sweetness. Not a lot of alcohol taste. There's a little in the finish. I thought that had more alcohol than it's showing. Might have just been matured a little more. Oh no, this one's good too. This one actually tastes, I think, maybe because it's the middle of the line. This was created like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe. This was created like 3 weeks ago. This was created like 6 weeks ago, or maybe a couple more. Very authentic tasting. I like thus far, the Don Q brings a little more coconut. Maybe it's because we used the packaged coconut instead of the actual coconut. Maybe that, I don't know, maybe there was more volume in there than in a normal coconut. In either case, you throw more coconut, you're probably going to get more coconut taste. Coconut's a little more mild, I think, so it takes a while to mature, and all of these have basically sat in coconut for 3 weeks plus. And some people had concerns about that. Like how long should I keep it in there? Ooh. That one has a little darker flavor, the Crucian. Now, comparing them to this, I thought that was a sweeter of the ones. I think this one's kind of more sweet. This one's a little, I don't know, more rich, darkness, almost like I guess more like a dark chocolate versus a milk chocolate, but not quite, because dark chocolate is, in my opinion, awful. This is not. All of these are really good. I can't complain about a single one, and I don't know that you're going to get a lot of differences. If you're making the recipes the way I do, semi-winging it, you're going to get discrepancies regardless, I think. So a upfront taste test to see which brand is better than the other doesn't make a lot of sense, but we don't normally make sense here. I guess the end goal, the end result I wanted from this is to prove that none were so out there, so crazy compared to another one, and they all have that nice natural flavor on ice. You can use this in a cocktail, but I've given a few of these away to different people that I've known, and everybody so far drinks it on ice. That's it. Just sit down with a cup of coconut rum. If you're going to do that, natural coconut rum that you made yourself is so much more rewarding, in my opinion, than just sitting down with coconut rum, regardless of the fact that one you bought at the store is probably half the price. It's really up to you. So hopefully the rest of the week we can come up with some ideas on how to infuse other stuff. Just because it's cool, it's not really hard to do. If you can get rum like this, then you can infuse it with strawberries, raspberries, lemons, limes, whatever you want. So we're going to experiment and see what we can come up with as alternatives to buying it in the store. So there you go, coconut rum. We're teaching you how to drink.